welcome to Fearsome Top 5. Today we're taking a look at 12 bone-chilling ghost videos. Number 1. A Reddit user that goes by CCelery6299 posted a video to the paranormal subreddit that I just couldn't ignore. A few years back, he was flown to Denver for treatment of a serious autoimmune disorder. During this treatment, he stayed in a home for individuals suffering from serious medical problems. But throughout his stay, he would often feel a heavy presence nearby. Well, one night at 3 a.m., something outside his bedroom window caught his eye. He began recording on his phone and unknowingly caught something downright chilling. On the highway, a misty apparition can be seen. This eerie figure looked to be walking along the busy road before suddenly gliding backwards. If we take a closer look, this strange anomaly appears to have a head, torso, and even 2 legs. This Reddit user still isn't sure what exactly he saw that night, but clearly the spirit was just getting his daily steps in. If you're not already, please subscribe to help me reach my goal of 100,000 subscribers. Number 2. In November of 2020, a woman named Vivi Hurtado uploaded a video to YouTube of something rather unsettling. At a hospital in Mexico, as she was working late, she began to hear things coming from one of the nearby rooms. With her phone in hand, she made her way through the long hallways in search for what she was hearing. But what she caught on video is absolutely terrifying. The woman made her way through the hall before turning left to face a large dark room. But what she didn't notice at the time was the small white face in the doorway to her right. From around a corner, this unnerving pale face stayed completely still as it stared at the woman recording with its solid black eyes. No one else was around at the time, making this haunting face a mystery. Number 3. On a YouTube channel called Captured Hauntings, a video was uploaded of a paranormal encounter while urban exploring. With a camera in hand, a man bravely decided to explore the overgrown remains of an abandoned building. He approached the building planning to get cool videos of his adventure. But later on, as he skimmed through the footage, he saw something that made his blood run cold. As he filmed through a doorway into the abandoned building, a ghostly white apparition can be seen. What looks like a figure in white with long dark hair ominously stood inside. He continued to walk around the property, simultaneously catching this translucent figure walking out of view. After seeing this video, we should all think twice before exploring abandoned places, because clearly they're not as abandoned as we think. Number 4. TikTok user Morgan Lambert is a 25-year-old woman that currently lives in the Appalachian Mountains with her husband. Her account is dedicated to everything creepy, from horror movies to scary stories, and best of all, even her own paranormal encounters. Over the last few years, she's experienced and even documented strange things that scared her to her core. And often these experiences involve a mimic, a spirit that takes on your likeness, whether that's your voice or physical features. And one day while she was home alone, she heard something on the other side of her door that left her frozen with fear.
Hey. 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 I think that is one of the creepiest things that I have ever caught on camera and that I have ever experienced in my life. That sounds almost identical to my voice. Like, I thought it was 100%, and then I listened back to that recording and I was like, something's off. Which is the way it goes with these things, it's always almost correct. I was careful to not respond to it, and after I took that video, I walked away and came back later. But yeah, I guess it's using my voice on me now, which is weird. If this is even the same thing, who knows? We have a melting pot of paranormal things happening in this house and to me at all times. Yeah, that was creepy. I'm so glad that I started recording because no one would believe me without that. Has anyone else ever heard their own voice? That's so weird. Like, I've heard other voices, but my own.
Morgan immediately began recording after hearing a voice coming from outside of her front door. And in a terrifying twist, she believes it sounds almost identical to her own voice. Well, more recently, things took a chilling turn when her husband came face to face with something he can't explain.
Babe?
Yeah? What's up?
Are you upstairs?
Yeah? Why?
While walking through the house, a figure standing facing a wall caught his eye. He immediately recognized this figure as Morgan, but the only problem is she was upstairs at the time. So who or what was standing downstairs? This horrifying footage caught the attention of over 5 million people. But is this all just a hoax? I'll let you decide. Number 5. A man named Dustin currently lives in the Appalachian Mountains, a place surrounded by urban legends of paranormal beings and creatures. And over the last few months, he's been having encounters that he can't seem to escape. In a previous video he recorded at work, he unknowingly caught a bone-chilling figure standing directly behind him. No one's been able to come up with an explanation as to what this is, and Dustin's been on edge ever since. But more recently, while Dustin was home waiting for a DoorDash delivery, his jaw dropped when he looked out of his window and saw this.
Come on. Okay. So currently... I ordered DoorDash because my sister and the kids are gone for tonight. Like, I'm here by myself. The kids had football practice, so they had to go do their own thing. Thank you. So I ordered DoorDash, and then I heard it knock. Oh my God, she's still standing there.
As he looked out his window, he noticed a horrifying figure standing directly in front of his house. Just a few yards away, this grotesque figure stood motionless, simply staring at Dustin through the window. Whatever this is looks to have dark gray skin and solid black eyes. Dustin immediately ran to another room in his house, but as soon as he did, there was a persistent knock on the door. And as he stood trying to make sense of what was happening, an ominous voice can be heard saying, "We will take you." These hair-raising events don't seem to be slowing down, and if I was in Dustin's shoes and I saw this outside of my house, I would simply pass away. Number 6. The Queen Mary is said to be the most haunted ship in America. After decades of travel, the ship is now permanently docked in Long Beach, California, and is now used as a bizarre hotel and museum. Countless people have encountered spirits while on the ship, and left with eerie stories of the paranormal activity they experienced. Well, a YouTuber that goes by the Cryptid Hunter kept this in mind as he visited the ship, determined to experience something himself. He roamed through the halls late at night when he heard something that he couldn't explain.
Alright, I don't know what's back here. What the heck?
After hearing a disembodied voice that sounded like a little girl singing, he wandered around the ship looking for who it could have been. But after no luck finding anyone, he eventually ran into a staff member.
Guys, anybody up here?
Hello?
Hi, I'm just filming. Was that you singing a minute ago?
No.
You weren't singing?
No.
Did you hear? Did you
I just
hear?
got here.
I just heard a little girl singing down here,
I just got here.
but there's nobody here. This never happened before. I have to take a minute to gather my thoughts.
The worker had no idea what he was talking about, and clearly wasn't the one that was singing. So could this have been the ghost of a child on the ship? Or is there a more reasonable explanation? Number 7. Over on Reddit, a girl named Hal works at a dog training gym called the Zoom Room. During her time at work, her and her coworkers have experienced strange things that have left them looking over their shoulder. From disembodied footsteps to doors opening on their own, there's definitely something weird going on inside. And according to Hal, the building has an overall feeling of impending doom. Well, one night during her shift, as she was cleaning the floor, something unexpected was caught on camera.
No, I didn't even touch it. Watch that.
Okay. How does it fall like that?
I don't know, bro.
As she was vacuuming, the lid to one of the jars mysteriously slid to the floor. The glass lid somehow slightly lifted up, then fell to the ground where it immediately shattered. Hal looked over in disbelief, because how the hell did that just happen? These glass lids have a lip on the inside that prevents them from simply slipping off. So how this happened, I'm not sure. But clearly from Hal's reaction, she's more concerned with the fact that she now has to clean that up. Number 8. On the Rocky Mills YouTube channel, a video was posted of what is said to be genuine paranormal activity. In 2018, a man was hired to remodel a house so it could be resold. But while he was completely alone inside, finishing up some work, he heard strange noises coming from one of the rooms. His first thought was that a squatter must be hiding out somewhere inside the empty house. He carefully began investigating every room, but what happened next is downright terrifying.
Doing this cabinet crown. And I think there's a squatter in this house. I think it's in here. Hello? 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 Anybody here? Hello?
Hello? The heck is that? Hello? Who is it?
The door to one of the rooms eerily opened, followed by the basement door aggressively slamming shut. But after yanking it open, there was no one to be found. And as his phone sat on the floor, something unsettling could be heard nearby. The man vowed to never enter that house again, as he believes that something truly evil is lurking inside. Number 9. Reddit user jhood3119 says that his friend from upstate New York installed a security camera in his backyard. Every night, his dog would bark at something, but he could never figure out what it was, until one night when his camera caught this. An eerie, unknown figure emerged from the darkness and quickly darted across the yard. But as it continued to run, it seemed to disappear completely. Whatever this was, the dog intently watched it the entire time. And just before this figure came into view, the property owner can actually be seen with a flashlight, searching for whoever might be outside. So was this a ghost, or just a creepy guy that likes to jog at midnight? Number 11. One evening while at his parents' house, a Reddit user that goes by Tom Tanker witnessed something that left him and his family stumped. As they sat in their living room, the security camera outside of their house suddenly had a motion alert. They gathered around to see what it could be, but as they examined the footage, they were left with more questions than answers. They almost couldn't believe their eyes as they witnessed a small black creature running outside. As this tiny dark being ran along the side of their house, it seemed to be moving on just 2 legs. At first glance, it almost looks like a penguin, and Tom's first thought was maybe it's a small child in a costume. But from the ridiculously small size of it, that's just not possible. So whether this is an unknown animal, an alien, or maybe a gnome, I'll leave that to you to decide. Number 12. On a YouTube channel run by a man named Raymond, he's begun uploading videos of the strange things he's managed to catch on camera. According to Raymond, he was caring for his elderly mother who had been living in his home. He set up a room for her to make sure she was comfortable, and installed a camera to keep an eye on her while he was out running errands. But late one night, this camera caught something that Raymond can't seem to explain. As his mother was asleep in bed, something can be seen in the mirror. What looks like two dark figures quickly moving through the room were caught in the reflection. One after the other swiftly darted by, but eerily enough, no one else was home at the time. Raymond firmly believes this was the spirit of his niece who suddenly passed away. But whatever this truly is, we may never know. Make sure to follow me on Instagram to hear more from your boy. As always, if you enjoy these creepy videos, then make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to see more videos like this.